What's up, everybody? Today we're going to take a stroll through Lansford Canal State Park. We're going to go check out some of the locks, the canals and bridges and stone masonry and things that were built in the 19th century for boaters who came down the Catawba River. And with the land here being on a fall line, there were changes in elevation and different things that caused rapids and huge rocks in the river. And some of the boats coming down through the river needed a way to bypass all that. So canals were built to raise and lower water levels and get the boats through safely. We're gonna go check out some of that, so join us. And it's a Sunday, so the gift shop is closed. But they got a fire in there, check that out. The Simpson Wise home. This home was built around the 1790s and was located near Chester, South Carolina. Under the care of the Chester Historical Society, it was donated to the Lansford Canal in 1979 to be rebuilt here. It was disassembled and then rebuilt by the park staff here in 1980. With the exception of the roof line and the floors, about 95% of the log structure is original. It's known as a dog trot style house with 2 rooms separated by a breezeway. All right, so we're at Lansford Canal State Park and we're starting on the trail. I picked up a map at the bathroom area. There's a map at the bathroom area. Whatever it's called, I don't know what it's called. What's it called, Tiny?
Just say the recreational area. It's got the playground.
I tell you what, let's see what the map calls it. All right, this is the end of the concrete. No more concrete from here.
My contract says I'm not allowed to go past this point.
Okay, the map shows that it's the log house, the museum. There's a museum.
Yeah, the log house.
That said it was a gift shop. The museum is on the other side of that roundabout area. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be that.
We'll
big
figure it out.
house.
But this is part of the Carolina Thread Trail. There's lots of other trails in the area. They don't really connect, but they're all part of the same trail system.
Are you allowed to go further? You'll see caution tape down here.
Yeah, that was when the river was high, but the caution tape is not blocking our path. So we're gonna keep going.
PP3.
Well, you can see we're right alongside the river. Catawba River, Chester County, South Carolina.
Did it wash the bridge out?
I don't know. Let's see what's happening up here. It says stop. We gotta check this out.
It sure as hell did.
Okay, well, this may change our plans. There's a sign with an arrow pointing to the right, so we may have a workaround. The canal trail is open. Okay. All right, so here's a map. You could probably see this one better than the one that was inside the plexiglass enclosure. You see Tiny's shadow there covering it up. We're right here at that dot. So number 2 is the guard lock. We're coming up on that right now. But yeah, some storms from a couple months ago raised the water level in the river and it destroyed this bridge. You can still see tons of river debris, brush, limbs, and other things inside the railing of this bridge. So we're gonna take the canal trail.
Hey, there's a picnic table in the river right there.
Picnic table in the river? Where at?
Right there.
Oh. Yeah, so they're missing a picnic table too, right there.
It ain't that big of a detour. It's just...
No, this will take us to the same spot. It's just not right along the edge of the river.
Yeah.
That little dotted line is just the trail that's closed. We're on the solid line right there going from 2 to 3. So we're coming up on the first structure from the 19th century when these canals were built.
I never knew these were back here.
So if you come up to the edge and look, these are really not that wide. So these had to be small boats that were coming through this canal. But all of this old stonework is from the 19th century, late 1700s. Here's a photo of a boat going through it, or a representation of what it would look like. During the 19th century, the rivers of South Carolina Piedmont were notorious for flooding. So this lock safely lowered boats into the canal when the high river levels threatened to damage the banks and other structures. During periods of normal water levels, the gates were left open. Robert Leckie of Scotland was the master contractor who constructed these canals, or at least this one. Let's get muddy. I'm just kidding. Tiny says there's ice.
Oh, that's pretty solid ice.
Yeah, that's pretty solid ice.
There's a rock that's something really tough.
Where are we going? There was some concrete back there.
I ain't going to pick.
Station 9 firefighters respond to 3910 Mountain Gap Road, 3910 Mountain Gap Road for an illegal burn.
No,
Stop 1, check for 1540.
that's Rossville.
All right, so there's ice right there, and then you can see the line where it turns to water. So throw a stick in here. Show the people that it's not ice. Anytime you need a stick, there's not one. Not ice. Moving on.
There's a rock. Oh, never mind. That's too big to dig out.
That one's built in. That rock is built in. It's not going anywhere. It said 19th century or not.
There's more ice.
Yeah, it's pretty cold here. We've been like in the teens and 20s in the mornings for the past 2 weeks.
And down here don't get much sunlight.
No, lots of trees, no sunlight to melt it, so we've still got ice in this canal area. Look at how dirty this water looks.
I wonder if the bathroom drains down through here.
Oh gosh, you just ruined it for everybody. this a trail?
Maybe for deer or something. Animal trail.
It's cut out, and then the land raises up right here with another hill. So I don't know, lots of areas to explore back here if you wanted to get off the trail and try to do it on your own. And then these things are down here to trip you up. You gotta watch where you're walking. We're coming up on another marker down here for an area of interest, and this should be the footbridge. Yeah, if we didn't miss anything, this should be the footbridge.
You tell me where the bridge is, sir.
I don't know, I see some stonework right there.
An old bridge of some sort, but it ain't the bridge we're looking for.
Okay, the footbridge. So part of it's missing. We've got the stonework on either side for the supports for the bridge. But if this was a wooden bridge, it's gone. This was the first of 4 bridges that crossed the canal on its 2-mile path beside the river. The ford here remained an important point to cross the river, and without these bridges, the canal would have proven an impediment to this traditional route. Look at the farmer. Check out the old stones that were used to build this. So this fool got on his phone and he's killing Pokemons or whatever. Out here on a trail in the woods in a canal.
Hey man, I ain't, you know.
More ice, frozen water. Yep. All right, here comes some more masonry, but there's no marker telling us what all this is, so this is probably just some kind of a bridge to dam up the water to keep it from washing this out. Don't know. Some more rocks in the canal. There's no boats going through here.
Don't worry about me.
Tiny's back there taking care of business, killing Pokemons or something.
Duck, okay?
Catching a duck. That's okay. Bird feeder here, put by Duke Energy. That's where our money goes from our power bills.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, here's another bridge that was washed out. Let's check this one out.
It's got a marker beside it.
Looks like they've been out here working a little bit to fix this one. But it's still blocked off. That marker is just telling you about the trails, the 2 different trails. So we'll leave that alone. I think the next place we're coming to is something else. I don't remember. The next point of interest that we'll be coming up on is a culvert. It's an arch culvert that was built to avoid damage to the fragile canal bed. You can look through here and see how fast some of this water's going. We'll walk down here to the edge of the river for just a minute. Earlier I mentioned how the elevation changes. Look how high we are now compared to the water level down there.
What do I get if I go just belly flop in the river?
You get wet.
I don't get nothing else.
That's what you get wet.
Well, never mind then. Then I'd get a walking trip back to the house.
Yep. Does that just take you to a scenic area? Or is it part of the trail? Nope. We're here. So D is a lily viewing area. I don't think there's any lilies this time of year. We can look at it real quick. We might come back when the lilies are blooming.
Spider lilies are in spring.
All right, so this is saying that the spider lily has peak blooming between May through June. So we'll have to come back May through June at some point and check it out, because I've never been here for that. Are they just on the water?
They're on the rocks and in the water.
Oh. Okay, I learned something new. I had no idea. But you got places to sit right here. But if you sit down, you probably can't see anything. You got to come to the rail and look around. Catching ducks.
No, not this time.
So that's a representation of what the culvert looked like back when this canal was used. And this is what it looks like today. What happened?
I just
Did you trip?
no. Finding some mud off my boots.
I bet this would be creepy in the dark.
Huh?
I bet this would be creepy in the dark.
I bet it would.
All kinds of animals. Well, this is kind of big. I don't remember ever seeing this before. Maybe I didn't go this far. I don't know. So this was a mill complex. Halfway point at the canal, the mill sawed lumber, ground grain, and both used water power. And this is what's left.
Jump, Robbie, jump.
Nope. My knees can't take it.
My watch is telling me I'm almost dead. Charge me.
So this level of the canal would have boats come through, and then they would lower water levels, and the boats would go down to a lower level here. And then farther down, the water would lower again for the boats to go down, and then they would exit the canal right there. I'm sure this placard right here does a better job of explaining it than I did. So this is the upper lifting locks. It's a double lifting lock and was used to lower or raise boats from one level in the canal bed to another. So I was talking about having the boats lower as it goes down this way, but as the boats would come the opposite way, they would be raised up so they could travel northbound. Water depth in the locks was adjusted by opening and closing small doors over the channels which passed through the stone walls. You can still see some of those openings down there in the bottom. There's one right there. There's another one right there. Somebody close.
That's where that went.
So that's the lower entrance to the park, I guess. But we weren't smart enough to bring 2 vehicles, so we're gonna have to walk all the way back.
Huh? Yeah, down there's the lower takeout kayak launch. I wonder if I'll run and jump if I make it across.
And then here's a spot where you can cross over the canal. So this placard tells us it's the Great Indian Warrior Trading Path, the Great Philadelphia Wagon Road. The most heavily traveled road in colonial America passed through here, linking areas from the Great Lakes to Augusta, Georgia. Nice. If you want to read all that, pause the screen. All right. Don't laugh. You feel the same way, kid.
Probably not as much as you, because I got younger joints and stuff.
Either way, that's it for this video. If you like things like this, hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It helps out so much, and it gets these videos out to other people who might like the same thing. That's it, and we'll see you on the next video. Look at that, they're playing tic-tac-toe in the sky.